Another Friday. I just closed my laptop. My calendar was full all week. Meetings, calls, hundreds of emails. I was busy every single hour. But when I ask myself, what did I actually achieve this week that matters for my career, for my big goals? The answer is, I don't know. It feels like I'm running on a treadmill. I'm working hard, I'm sweating, but I'm not actually going anywhere. How can I be so busy but feel so stuck?
Because for most people, the week is something that happens to them, not something they direct.
I try to direct it. I use a calendar. I have a to-do list. I'm not disorganized.
That's the common belief, that the solution to feeling overwhelmed is better time management during the week. More tools, more apps, more discipline from Monday to Friday.
Right. Be more efficient.
But that's just optimizing the treadmill. It makes the machine go faster, but you're still in the same spot. The real problem isn't your performance during the week. The problem is the absence of a quiet 15 minutes before the week begins.
15 minutes? That seems too simple. What can you possibly do in 15 minutes that changes the other 40 hours?
You can build a bridge between where you want to go in the long term and what you do on Monday morning. Without that bridge, your daily actions are disconnected from your long-term ambitions. You're just busy.
A bridge. Okay, so where do I start building?
You start by looking backward, not forward. The first part of the system is reflection.
See, that's where this feels a bit strange. Looking back feels like a waste of time. The week is over, I can't change it. I need to focus on what's coming next.
I understand. It feels counterintuitive. We're taught to always be forward-looking, focused on the next goal. The reason people believe this is because they confuse reflection with judgment. They think looking back means criticizing themselves for what went wrong.
That's exactly what it feels like, making a list of my failures.
And that's why the belief fails. Because judging your past just creates guilt, which kills motivation. The purpose of reflection isn't to judge, it's to extract lessons. It's like a scientist looking at data. There's no good or bad data, there's just information. We want to find the information from last week that will make next week better.
So what kind of information?
It's simple. You ask 2 questions. First, what was a win from last week? It can be small. And second, what did I learn? Not what did I do wrong, but what did I learn? The goal is to capture the insights before they disappear.
Capture them? So you mean write them down?
Yes. For example, a project manager might look back and see her team was unhappy. The old way is to feel bad. The new way is to ask, what did I learn? Perhaps she learned that sending project updates late on a Friday creates stress. That's not a failure, it's a valuable piece of data. Now she knows to send them on Thursday instead. She captured a lesson.
And the win? Why is that so important?
Because progress is fueled by momentum. If you only focus on your mistakes, you start the week feeling defeated. By capturing a win, even a small one, you prove to yourself that you are capable of making progress. It creates a small burst of energy and confidence.
Okay, I can see that. It's less about judging and more about learning. So after I reflect and capture my lessons, what's next?
The second part is to plan.
My to-do list. I already do this. I write down everything I need to do.
A to-do list isn't a plan. It's a list of demands. Often it's a list of other people's priorities for you. Emails you have to answer, meetings you have to attend. It's reactive.
That's true. My inbox often dictates my to-do list.
Exactly. And that's why it fails to create progress on your own goals. Your most important work, the work that will advance your career or your big project, requires deep focus. It will never scream at you like an email. It will never be as urgent as a ringing phone. So you have to protect it.
How?
You shift from making a to-do list to defining your weekly outcomes. Instead of a long list of tasks, you ask, if I only accomplish 3 things this week, what are the 3 outcomes that would make the week a huge success? These must connect to your long-term goals.
Just 3? I have dozens of things to do.
You will still do dozens of things, but you identify the 3 that matter most. Then you don't just list them. You allocate specific time for them in your calendar.
You mean book an appointment with myself?
Precisely. If your goal is to develop a new business proposal, you don't write work on proposal on your to-do list. You look at your calendar and you block out Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That time is now allocated. It's as real as a meeting with your boss. You give your most important work a home in your week before the week even starts.
So the smaller reactive tasks have to fit in around the big important ones, not the other way around.
You've got it. You pay yourself first with your time. That's the difference between a plan and a to-do list. A plan is proactive. A to-do list is reactive.
Reflect, then plan. That makes sense. What's the third part?
The third part is to prepare. Most people stop at planning. They have a great plan, but then they fail to execute it.
Because they aren't disciplined enough? Willpower?
That's what everyone thinks, that success is all about having incredible willpower. It feels true because we admire people who seem to have endless self-control.
But it's not the whole story?
It's not. This belief fails because willpower is a limited resource. It's like a muscle, it gets tired. If you spend all morning resisting the urge to check social media, you have less mental energy left for your deep, important work. You can't win by fighting your environment all day.
So what's the new way to think?
Don't rely on willpower. Design an environment where your desired actions are easier to do, and your distractions are harder to do. You prepare your space to reduce friction.
Friction. Like making good things easier and bad things harder?
Exactly. Let's say one of your 3 outcomes for the week is to read an important industry report. The old way is to rely on willpower to find time to read it. The new way, the preparation, is to reduce the friction.
How?
On Sunday, you download the report, save it to your desktop, and close all other tabs. When you sit down at your desk on Monday, the report is the first thing you see. It takes 0 effort to start. At the same time, you could increase friction for distractions. Maybe you log out of social media accounts or move your phone to another room.
So you're making the right choice the easy choice.
You're making the path of least resistance lead to your goals. You prepare your environment so it serves your plan instead of fighting it.
Reflect, plan, prepare. That sounds logical. But Sarah, it still feels a bit perfect. If this is true, why do so many smart, organized people still fail to make progress? Life is chaotic. A crisis will happen on Monday morning that destroys this perfect plan. What then?
That's the most important question, and it reveals the true purpose of the system. The weekly review is not about creating a perfect plan that never changes. That's impossible.
So what is it for?
It's a compass, not a map. A map shows you the exact path. A compass just shows you north. When the storm hits on Monday, and it will hit, your plan might break. You'll get lost.
Right. And then I feel like a failure and give up on the system.
But if you've done the review, you know where north is. You know what your 3 most important outcomes are. After you manage the crisis, the compass helps you get back on track. It allows you to be intentional about what you return to.
Ah, so it's not about preventing chaos. It's about having a tool to recover from chaos.
Precisely. Without it, after a crisis, you just fall back into being busy, reacting to emails. With it, you can ask, okay, that was crazy. Now, how can I get back to what truly matters? The system isn't about control. It's about clarity.
So the 3 parts create a single system. Let me see if I understand. The reflection helps you capture lessons, which gives you the data to plan better. The planning stage is where you allocate time to your real priorities. And the preparation stage reduces friction to make sure you can actually execute that plan.
And what do all 3 steps do together?
They seem to connect the big picture to the small actions. They align what I want in the future with what I'm doing today.
Exactly. The purpose of the entire 15-minute ritual is to align your actions with your intentions, week after week after week. It's not a magic trick. It's a quiet, consistent practice that guarantees you are always moving toward what matters most to you.
It's interesting. You're saying the goal is to be more intentional, not just more productive.
Productivity is about doing things efficiently. Being intentional is about doing the right things. You can be very productive doing things that don't matter at all.
Running faster on the treadmill.
Yes, this system is about pointing the treadmill in the right direction, and then week by week, taking a few steps forward.
All this time, I thought the answer was more discipline during the week, more focus. I thought I needed to work harder, but maybe it's not about more effort. Maybe it's about having a moment of clarity before the effort begins. 15 minutes. Not to do more work, but to make sure the work I do matters.